Tuesday is going to be a busy day here. Going to start by getting these packages out of here and loaded in the truck. It's a work on the business day. I've got a lot of things to work on. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers, would-be adventurers. Dealer here with the Crazy Picker Life Tuesday edition. Work on my business day. Well, work on my business day means I'm supposed to pull myself out of the day-to-day activities, which is really hard. So realistically, what I try to do is get most of my business stuff done in the morning, early morning, and then of course I have school with the kids and all that. I got a few little zig and zags during the day, and then by tonight I hope to have some freed up time to pull myself out of packing, orders, and taking care of firefighting. And gosh, I need to list some things. I need to pull myself away from all those things and forward the plan of this business and sharpening the saw. So that's what I'm going to be doing later. Right now I've got to get all these to the post office and pick up 4 or 5 days of mail down there. I've got to do a little bit of banking and money moving, and then I've got to get back and get some more school done with the kids. I did, as usual, it's no surprise, get like 6 or 7 orders in over the night, and I still can't find this this watch we lost. So I'm gonna have to do that today too. Maybe when Lon comes home for lunch, I'm gonna shuffle crazy and try to get a few more orders done and out. But let's get this loaded up. Well, I keep experimenting with these drinks here, and I'll tell you what, they're supposed to be healthy for you and all that, but that it doesn't taste very good. I'm on a health kick. Okay, for those of you that are old enough to remember Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds played this guy that had highs and lows in his life, and every movie, I think it got worse. The trucker dude would come and find him, and he'd be laying around in some shithole after like months of partying and crazy living, probably just blowing all his money. And then the trucker would get him there and wake him up, give him coffee, make him do some sit-ups. And it didn't take very long, and the Bandit was back in shape. Well, I'm treating 2017 as getting the Bandit back in shape. So Dealer's going to get back in shape. If I'm going to be in road shape by 2018, I've got to get real serious about my health and enough fooling around. I'm going to reverse the clock here. So I'm going to start getting serious. If I have to drink yucky stuff and whatever I have to do to get there, it's a long, let's see, what's that? Got a long ways to get there and not much time. Now I'll have to start singing my Smokey and the Bandit songs. Okay, we got to stop by the bank because I screwed up my money. And while we're there, I'm going to get rid of my change pile I've got accumulating. We're going to go to the post office. I've got Elizabeth and Samuel, my buddies, with me, right? Mm-hmm. Gonna help out? Mm-hmm. Elizabeth, you helpful today?
Yes.
Yes, as usual, right? Let's get on the road.
Yes.
Yes. Some in there. Dump like this. Here, turn it around. Turn it around. Hang on to it now. You gotta start it. Left cover, pour coins, lower cover, press start. Okay, put it in there. Here, hang on to that. Lower the cover, sisters. Don't get pinched. Press start. Take those ones out. Take that. Okay, let's take that this way. Okay, mail mission accomplished. Did we get some packages? Yeah, Mom got something, and I got a couple test strip boxes. We don't know. You never know. And I got a few returns and some letters and envelopes. Our mail is off hold. Okay, second round here. I've got about 45 minutes. I'm going to try to get some of these orders packed and in there and down to the post office. And then I got some test strips that came in that were sitting around over the holidays, and so I've got to get those put together and get payments in the mail to these people. I got some of these one touches, which are awesome. Those are $40 to $50 a box. Got some Embrace, which are okay. I can make some money. These came in last week. Those are doublers, and those are really good too. So I got 45 minutes. I'm gonna try to get some of this stuff sorted out, and look at that. Sorted out and on the road. Okay, I packed these all off camera. I can't put everything on camera. It does slow me down. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus those done in an hour. That's pretty good. I'm gonna get on down the road. We are being hit with orders, and that's good. Typically our camera busiest time is now through April, and I expect that to continue. Well, I'm trying to get caught up with these orders, but they keep coming in. I think even after packing all these little ones, I think there's 6 or 7 left right now. So, we just gotta keep going, right? Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they said couldn't be done. Yuck, 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 yuck. Eastbound or down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they said couldn't be done. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they said couldn't be done. Keep trying. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they said couldn't be done. Can't get that second part. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they said couldn't be done. Can't do it. Back in the office. I'm looking over at that. Should I list it? No. There's a return. Should I deal with that? No. List those test strips. No. Deal with that piece of paper. No. Deal with this desk. No. Watch this interview. No. Drink this energy drink. Guru Organic Energy. No. Clean up these bills. No. Look at the calendar. No. Look at the whiteboard. No. Look at Devo. No. Alright, I'm sick. Oh my goodness, I got hit by a ton of bricks, I feel like. My kids, my wife Lon was fighting with sort of a cold and a cough going into vacation. Some of our other kids were too. I think Benjamin and Kate, they all went through this laryngitis thing or whatever, lost their voice, coughing a little bit. Wheeler's got some weird thing going on. He's almost over the hump. I'm usually the last man standing, but if I get it, if it gets me, then I'm in for it. So I had it yesterday and I fought through it because I knew I had to. Had all those orders. I actually felt it Sunday driving home and all that. So I got low motivation. Oh my goodness. Work on my business. You see those? I printed orders. I don't know, there's 8 or 9 there. It's always good to have orders. It's funny though, nothing bothers me. It's not, I got kind of a head pain congestion thing. Don't feel like eating much, just been drinking liquids, soup. Whew. So, Wheeler's listing well today, and I packed a bunch of things today. Did a bunch of school today with the kids. I mean, I get everything done that has to get done. I got this watch order. This guy asked me, will you take $60 for the watch? Sure. And I can't find it. That bothers me a little bit, so I'm going to have to refund his money. Not going to be happy. I hate it when we lose something. How do you explain that to somebody? Maybe you don't. I think once you take the hit, where you do like cancel this transaction, and there's 2 choices. One, the person cancels it, your customer. And then the second choice is you canceled it because it's broken or out of stock. Look at that, I sold a mouse. Orders keep coming in. Good order flow. So once you hit that box that says I cancel it because I lost it, out of stock, broke it, you get a little hit on your dashboard, but I don't think they can leave negative feedback at that point. I've never had anybody be super irate. Usually what I'll do, and we do lose things from time to time because we still have items that we hauled over here from the old place, and we still have some things that just get shuffled. And sometimes we end up finding them. Sometimes it's something that got returned and got thrown out but got relisted, or there's a couple little glitches in the way we do things where things get relisted when we've already sold them. So it happens a little bit. So I'll send out an email and I'll say something like, I'm really sorry. I'm not sure how we lost this item, but we can't locate it. If we do locate it, I'll contact you and send it to you free. And I actually did that on an item. We found it and I sent it out. It was like an $18 item. Usually we don't find it. So I might not say free. I might just say we'll contact you and give you half price, or we'll give you a discount, or we'll give it to you for no discount. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I never like doing that. I don't like refunding money when I'm supposed to be sending something. That just doesn't feel right. So here's the story on the watch. Wheeler's been making more videos since he got his new computer, and he's about to get a new camera. Once he sells some lenses, he's downsizing all his camera gear to a much smaller, lighter package. So he's doing some videos about watches. This video was in a watch video, and then it disappeared. So we tore apart his office and we looked everywhere. We found another watch that was in the video, but not the one that we sold. So it got shuffled, it got put somewhere it shouldn't be, thrown out, behind something. One of my little guys, occasionally they'll grab something and run around with it. Who knows? $60. Don't like to not send that. So that's not really bothering me. What bothers me more is when somebody orders something and they're anticipating it. This person's from some foreign land and they're having it sent in to Las Vegas. I think they're going in there as a trip, and so they're buying some stuff and sending it in, and it's not going to be there. Surprise! So hopefully they can find something else. Kind of an ugly watch anyway. It was a Fossil something or another. I'm done looking for it though. Boy, did we look. Maybe that's what wore me out. I'm not wore out either. My head just feels like I need to sleep. And after supper, I got my school done, and Wheeler went out for a run, and he took a shower, and so I took a nap for an hour after supper, and that actually didn't even help. That made it worse. I look kind of red. So I guess here's what I'm going to do tonight. It's going to be about as exciting as watching paint dry. I'm going to do that return over there. I'm going to work on clearing off my desk, catching up just on busy work. I'm going to carry those orders to the back. I don't know if I'm going to do them, probably not. I was sort of active all day. I think that helps. It's sort of like when you go into sleep mode or relax mode, body tries to heal itself and it wants to stay there. Body in motion stays in motion, body at rest feels like crap. Oh, I might play some Mr. Do. Oh my goodness. So this vlog kind of fizzled. Ought to make a great title. Dealer Fizzles Out. I think that'll be it. When you hit this point and you haven't thumbsed up yet, when you see the title and you watch this video, Dealer Fizzles Out, if I happen to remember to put that in the title and then I'm talking about it here and I say Dealer Fizzles Out, I want you to thumbs up right at that point, okay? That'll make me feel better. Oh. So I've got, got my sweatshirt on, I've got a long underwear top, I've got a long sleeve shirt. I forced myself to do some laundry today because it's cold this week. And then I've got a regular shirt. So I have 4 layers on top. And then on bottom I've got long underwear and sweatpants. Very comfortable. So some people might say, why don't you just, go take a nap or go lay down or go, go to sleep or whatever. Sometimes that helps, certain things. I don't get sick very often. I ignore it usually if I have anything. This is kind of like a head full of throbbing, just kind of ugh. So laying down doesn't help. Last night I lay down to sleep and I'm kind of like that. And I found a position, all of a sudden it was gone a little bit and I fell asleep. And that was pretty good. But it took an hour. So today probably would have been a good day to take off. However, like I said, I don't feel like not doing anything just because I still have to exist in this head. So I'll get well. I'm not real worried about it. Why don't we do this? I have this piece of paper here. $171.82. When Wheeler lists accessories, if he gets 50 listings, he gets bonus bucks, right? Not eBay bonus bucks, but snack bonus bucks. He's been hitting it lately, and so he's up to $171 of bonus bucks. Now, he can buy $50 worth of office snacks a week, even $70, and so this goes a long way for him. But he's a teenager boy, and he's a runner, and I'm trying to encourage him to have healthy things, but he's got his things, right? So let's bring this and put this in his bucket. And then we'll see how his listing is going. I think he's doing a video on it as well. By the way, if you haven't seen his videos, they're coming along. It's funny with videos. There's all kinds of different styles out there. There are literally dozens of videos out there, dozens of people that make videos that hardly get any views, that technically their videos are just superb. I mean, I like to watch them. I'm like, wow, you put a lot of time into that. And the content isn't that bad. For some reason, though, it just doesn't resonate with a lot of people, or they don't get seen. I don't know. Wheelers are starting to come around. It's, you know, I talked to him a little bit about it, and not like I'm some video genius. I'm not. I mean, this is just what I do. This is just it. So, you know, I encourage you to peek in on him once in a while. I think his stuff is going to get better. Now, he covers a wide range of things, some things that people aren't interested in, like scootering and running around and all that. But he did a daily vlog of our trip the last 5 days, and I watched him. I enjoyed him. It gave me a little different perspective than living it and then doing my vlog. So his link to his videos is in the about section of this video. There's a link there. Okay, let's go bring this to him and see if we can get a little content for you guys. I apologize. You know, I like to give good content. As you can see, I haven't got the cover off the love sack to wash it yet. Really slacking. Here, we can do this together. Let's do this together first. Wheeler, you want to do a video? I don't have much content. I told everybody I'm sick.
Yeah.
So look at this though. This is pretty cool. There we go. There we go. I might move that stuff up to the launch pad. All those things we bought this last weekend, I might move those way up the line and get them staged up there in my office. That could be a big accomplishment. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Supposed to be a receipt down in there. Oh, I better go get that. Hey, this is panning out now. So I upped my high score against Banana Peeler on Mr. Do again yesterday, even sick. I told him about it. Here's his receipt. He's got to go through our receipt from our local Dillon's grocery store, and he's got to pick out the things that are his, and then I trust him to remove those from this coupon here.
Yeah.
So, wow.
50 items.
50 listed, huh?
Yep. And it's got those bubble levels pictured there. These last 5 listings, and I think it was like 10 items.
Yeah.
5 listings, 10 items. But anyway, 5 listings in 20 minutes. So I'm really in a groove right now.
Well, I probably shouldn't keep you long then.
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna snap right back in. I feel like I'm in it.
So you went out running. Now you've been sick, and you went out running right through it.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is when I'm sick, I almost feel more motivated than when I'm not. Like I go out there, I'm just kind of in such a daze. I just go up and beyond what I usually do.
So motivated for running or anything?
Anything. So that's a problem, but it's also good.
So do you think it's
It's only when I get out there too. Like if I actually
it's like challenging yourself? Well, this is really. I mean, how many other times running have you went out there and run more than once or twice by yourself? This is really
by myself. No, definitely not. I know we ran through the winter one, just what I was gonna say, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, I got out there, and so you know. Now I do notice that you were running earlier in the day to start with, and now I'm
going to go back to that tomorrow.
Now you're really pushing it to the end of the day. So obviously you're going through
had a weird time skip there.
The challenges.
Well, you know, I had that. We went to Denver. I was running late there, so that was the issue.
Threw you off a little bit.
Yep.
So how's the Hasselblad stuff turning out?
Gold, as expected. Definitely different stuff than I would have thought. Well, not necessarily, but I mean, like I was really hyping up the winder knobs, and those little hot shoes are worth more than the winder knobs. It's pretty crazy.
Show me.
Yeah, typically these winder knobs. I mean, this one's kind of broken and stuff, but I listed that up at like 55 or 60, and I listed these at 70.
Yeah.
So I was surprised at some of those things.
So those are the kind of things that I hope we can locate more of when we're on the road, because those Those obviously travel well, store well. Most of that stuff's not even that temperature sensitive.
No, definitely not. Stuff like that for sure.
It's not like lenses.
Gotta be careful. They're a little bit fragile. They may not bake light on the bottom, so you find a lot of chipped ones and stuff, which I'm making sure to describe and being super detail oriented in my listings, which is taking a little bit extra time, but that's worth it.
Well, what does a Hasselblad camera body for some of these things cost these days?
Well, let's say a normal kit with a lens, $1,300.
Okay.
So
it's
body only made $400 or $500. I don't know, off the top of my head.
And you'd have to get it serviced every once in a while.
Yeah,
or
well, I mean that's probably a well-working one or whatever.
Are any of these things go to a higher end?
Well, there always are higher ends. Like I don't know what the 2000 FC is, but I'm assuming that's like came out in 2000 as a special edition. I'm sure that's a couple $1,000, but no, it's not above the $2,000 range.
So is it a real niche market? Who would use a Hasselblad these days?
A lot of people. It's basically the go-to. First of all, it's classic. Like everybody throughout the ages, a lot of the top photographers have used Hasselblads. It's just kind of a prestigious thing. Leica for kind of the artsy type of photographers, and Hasselblad for the working photographers is basically how it was. 35mm wasn't even considered a format for professionals back in the day, so that's Hasselblad basically owned the market.
So now is Hasselblad, are they still the same camera now?
Yeah.
So these accessories will fit a new one?
No, they won't. Okay. No, they changed. Wouldn't know the exact date, let's say 1990s, mid-90s, because they came out with the 2000 FC, which was their special edition 2000 that still use these, and I know they still make a camera that fits these accessories.
Yeah.
But their new cameras, they switched over in the mid-90s.
I see.
To a different system, the H system instead of the V system.
So part of what we're dealing with, this cash cow of accessories that we found, and the reason there's so much is there's a scarcity factor.
Yeah.
And there's still a desirability of...
You really just don't find them in any sort of bulk anywhere. It's just, it's not that common.
Yeah, we've only run into them one other time.
Got super lucky with this one.
And we passed on them.
Yeah, we did once. Yeah.
Because they were kind of expensive, and we
also we passed on these the first time, but luckily we came back and took a chance on them.
Yeah.
Because it was an educated chance.
Yeah, well, it turned out good, and we,
Funny thing is, I bought this a lot for the filters because I had looked up filters. I'm like, filters go for big money. So I'm like, okay, well, since I'm buying these filters, let's throw in a couple other totes of.
Well, I encourage you just to keep buying because we had brought enough money to deal with it. So another question: you mentioned that many items on eBay, there's let's say 100 listed, and over I don't know what is the sell side, does that say is that 60 days of sales?
Yeah, I think it's 60 days.
Or is it 30 days of sales? So if a lot of items, if you have 100 listed and it's a popular item, 50 might have sold in the last 60 days. Yeah. But in Hasselblad, you're saying a lot of them.
90% of it is more like 2 to 1 list, like 1 listed, 2 sold, if not more.
So 100 listed, 200 sold.
Exactly, which is not that many listed in most.
No. There's you said how many Hasselblad listings?
I think there's only 3,000 or something. I have to look that up to be sure.
Yeah, so there's a.
Last time I checked it out, I thought it was in the 2,000 to 3,000 range.
It's a pretty amazing little market.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now we may never run into another score like this again.
Never bought a Hasselblad camera. That's another thing that's kind of interesting. We've dealt with 2 Hasselblad lenses in the past. One really beat up, and then one kind of lower end.
Didn't we have one from that H guy with the last name?
No, I think
T was his first. Oh, okay, yeah.
From me, I think. I don't know.
I think we had a shot at his
stuff
like that, but we had to lowball him too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've run. That's the one. We've run into more of the Mamiya stuff.
Yeah, and we like the one guy there. See, I forget. But anyway, he had a Hasselblad that was just priced up too much. He was on commission, and he couldn't go much lower. We almost bought that. But
how about the guy that had like a party or a hardware store going out of business, and he had one?
That wasn't a Hasselblad. That
was Mamiya as well.
I had to break the news to him that it wasn't worth.
Yeah, certain of those cameras.
Medium format, except for Hasselblad. Hasselblad, as far as I know, because Pentax 6x7. Is probably the second, but it's second by like a quarter of the market.
Right.
Hasselblad is the only one that still stayed around and actually maintains value. A lot of them took epic nosedives in 2006, 2007.
Now how come? Okay, how come you talk like somebody who was there?
I do a lot of research. I've heard first-person accounts a lot.
How come you're like this should be you over here with the camera, and you should have it on me at 50 years old.
Super wise here.
Yeah. No, I mean, how does a 17-year-old A, get so passionate about film cameras, and then B, become, a 90% expert, or at least like somebody who's very knowledgeable?
I'm really not sure at all. I just got absorbed it like a sponge, and I guess I'm just there.
Well, I recognize that, and it wasn't hard to recognize in your grandmother.
Mm.
She was passionate about health and wellness and everything around it, and there was a point where I said I wanted to work with her, and I helped amplify that. And I see the same thing in you, in that you're really passionate about this and watches and pretty much everything you do, and you're okay with that kind of a work atmosphere. And so people wonder, why I pack all the items and you list all the items, which is not necessarily true.
Yeah.
I do list a bunch of stuff too, and I do some other things, but you like it.
Yeah, well, definitely. Today is turned out to be a pretty fun day. It's weird, even though I'm still sick today. Yesterday I was about a 1% attitude. This came in, I got about a 6 out of 10 attitude, and today I'm about a 9 out of 10 attitude.
Somebody said something about that. I notice that when I bring you a tote of stuff, by the time you're down to the end of it, you're all grumpy with it. And then when you get a new tote, it's pretty much no matter what it is, it's like a
pretty much it.
It's like a puppy dog with a new toy.
It's fun.
All right. Well, that's about all the Hasselblad. I guess I've got one more question. We've talked about traveling internationally a little bit.
Yeah.
You think there's more of this stuff in Germany?
Absolutely. Well, that's where it was made.
That's where it was made?
Sweden, actually, but...
Work.
And some of those... Because obviously it's kind of a weird place to shop, at like the Hong Kong street market, so just... Who knows? It'd be like the flea market.
Well, you might...
Speak the language.
Well, yeah. And it's... Yeah, it would take...
You don't know what you get.
It would take some getting used to. There's... I don't know if scam is the right word, but there's got to be some...
They'll try to sell you anything.
Yeah.
Especially for tourists. They're like, oh man, these stupid tourists, let's go.
Well, there's an innocence over in some of those countries, but there's also a different attitude towards... It's almost like if you're doing from what I understand, if you're doing a deal with somebody...
Yeah.
And you walk away the loser... That's okay. Yeah. I mean, the guy that won. The guy or gal that won, and you lost, and that's just how it works out.
You can tell. Oh man, I'm losing my voice. The way you can tell with the skyscraper tall, like fake watch stores and stuff in some of these places.
Right.
It's insane.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. I'll let you get back in the groove.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was exciting. Added a little content about Hasselblad. Well, I did talk to my landlord again today and got exciting news that there's no news. For those of you that tuned in the last couple weeks, we didn't have a lease because of some reasons a few months ago. And when we wanted to get a lease, the building we found out was being sold, and so our spot here is kind of in limbo. Now we're going to go on the road here pretty soon, so pretty soon it's not going to matter, but I don't want to move for another year. I'd like to stay here for a year. If I have to move before then, I don't know. That's kind of a pain in the butt. So no news is not necessarily good news, but we'll just keep moving along. All right. Well, on my day like this, I was going to get all motivated and start throwing stuff out in the back room and cleaning up and clearing out and all that. So I am a little bit disappointed that I don't feel up to that. I think I'm going to putter around my office and try to clean it up. I'm going to try to bring some of those things from the weekend and stack them up here, maybe a few more things from the back room, and pile this up. Now all this stuff towards the front, I'll have to list that first, and all the rest of it will just go back. Clear off the desk area, organize some bills. I did get my phone slick wrap thing, although it's supposed to be green. I guess it's fluorescent. So we'll see how that works. Maybe it's working already. Let's see. It's supposed to be fluorescent. Now you can see it a little bit. See that? I see the glow. Yeah. That'll be pretty freaky. My phone is going to glow. So I guess terrible customer service, can't reach them. But Slick Wraps is for real. They sent me the phone cover, so I reversed my case on PayPal, and I'll probably put that on my phone when I get around to it. When I feel like it, right? All right, I think I'm going to end this. I'm going to take care of some of these things, play a video game, probably sit back in my chair here and put the recliner up in a while and watch Man in High Tower or whatever episode. I'll just relax. And Wheeler wants to hit 100 listings today. That's his big goal. I think he's making a video on it, so he's gun-ho on that, so I got to stay around. Obviously, it's making both of us some money, so that's good too. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the comments that are coming in, or at least most of them. Oh, there's always a few, right? Thanks for the thumbs up and the approval of our videos. Hopefully there was some value in this video. It is a daily vlog. It's not guaranteed to change your life. Hopefully it's interesting. Tomorrow's another day. I'm going to hit the colloidal silver and a few other things down the hatch tonight. Try to get some good sleep. Hopefully tomorrow I'm recovered or on the way. Somebody said I was starting to look like Duck Dynasty. I agree. I'm starting to get to the point. Here's when I cut it for sure. I did like 3 or 4 weeks in a row where it was still summer, where I cut it all the way down to nothing and then let it go a week and then cut it again when I was out running this summer and feeling hot. I threatened to cut it a while back and I didn't. It grows pretty fast. I think the cutoff, I mentioned this a while back, is when I start putting pizza and food in and it just gets stuck in everything. I start having all kinds of sauce and stuff. That's the end of it. So Thursday might be it. Nobody might recognize me for a few weeks. Oh, pick well, list often. Still standing. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer production.